Semi-finals day today, and bang on cue as Richard Beer, Master of Ceremonies, introduces the two players. Dominic Dale, the 34-year-old from Pencader in Wales, coming to his chair, and Richard doing the introductions of Dominic's opponent, the Rocket, and he's played like one this week to get here to the last four, the number 3 seed, and well, it's a tough task for Dominic Dale. The qualifier, remember that Dominic has come all the way through from one qualifying match in Prestatyn in North Wales to get here. He's since then played 4 more matches, 5 in all. Ronnie's played 3 to get here, and Dominic playing actually in only his 5th ever semi-final in a ranking event. His first was way back in '97 when he won the Grand Prix. He's had 3 previous semi-final appearances since then, and Johan Oman getting the match underway. Now remember, semi-finals day, I said we're facing slightly longer matches today. Best of 11 frames, first to 6, going through to tomorrow's final, and it's Ronnie O'Sullivan, Dominic Dale I should say, getting matters underway. Well, it said Dominic Dale on the bottom, but that was indeed Ronnie who took the first shot. Sorry, our little caption bottom centre of the screen slightly wrong there. They've corrected it now, our apologies. So Dominic Dale facing Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's never beaten Ronnie. They've met on 4 previous occasions, and Ronnie has won on every occasion. They first met way back in 1993, a World Championship qualifier. Ronnie won 10-5 on that occasion. 3 previous meetings since then, a 5-2 to Ronnie in the China Open in 2000, a 5-1 in the British Open 2002, and the last time they met in the Welsh Open. That was one of Dominic's rare semi-final appearances, a semi-final appearance that ended in rather a one-sided defeat, I'm afraid, because Ronnie beat him 6 frames to 1. However, Dominic Dale does have one thing going for him at the moment. In case you missed it, let me remind you that in his quarter-final against Graham Dott, he hit a 1-3-7, and that is the highest break of the week so far. Could win him the high break prize of 2,000 if nobody beats it. Anyway, a fascinating encounter, because Dominic, although he's ranked many places below Ronnie and is clearly the outsider, Dominic's been in sparkling form this week. He's beaten Marco Fu, Peter Ebden, Gerard Green and the reigning world champion Graham Dott. Not bad, eh? Ronnie's had wins over Stuart Petman, Matthew Stevens and Ryan Day. On the face of it, one-sided, but as I say, Mike Hallett, Dominic has really played very, very sharply this week, hasn't he?
He has, but Ronnie has been awesome, and he's been a complete handful this week with all his opponents. You know, he's brushed aside Matthew Stevens and Ryan Day yesterday 5-1 like it was nothing, and if Ronnie continues in this form, we said that he is the man to beat without doubt. Having said that, Dominic Dale, he played very well yesterday against the world champion Graham Dott. He wasn't fazed by, he's not fazed by who he's playing, and I'm sure he's going to relish this match here this afternoon against Ronnie O'Sullivan. The best of 11, of course. Just having the black cleaned, actually, there must be a mark on it. And yes, an interesting encounter. And Ronnie's just checking, make sure the black's rolling correctly. He doesn't think it's round. But I think he's just going to have it cleaned, actually. There's a couple of marks on it. Sometimes you get heavy contact and you get like a white speck on it, so I refer just cleaning that off. I don't know, are they concerned about well, the balls are on? I'm sure they're right. It's the same set they've been using all week.
Yeah.
But yes, looking at the betting, with all those head-to-heads, Mike, well, they've got Ronnie 9-2 on favourite, Dominic Dale at 3-1 against. So, heavy odds for Ronnie here. And I think it's just a discussion with the balls, actually. But I think everybody's happy now. And to win the tournament, with the 4 players left, again, Ronnie O'Sullivan 7-4 on favourite. Ding Junhui, second favourite, 11-4. Stephen Lee 7-1. Dominic Dale at 9s.
That was a fascinating match last night between Stephen Lee and Sean Murphy. Stephen was leading Sean 4-1. Looked to be almost home and dry, and Sean fired in 3 great frames to level it all up. And eventually, Stephen Lee recovered his composure, took the 9th to qualify for the match against Ding Junhui.
Yes, we just came off air actually before that match finished, so we was able to update you with that.
33.
match 7:30 this evening. We was talking last evening the possibility of a Ding Junhui Ronnie O'Sullivan final. It's still on the cards. But this man has been in awesome form this week. He really has entertained us.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's going to be the same this afternoon.
Yeah.
Down to one table, of course, now. The other two tables have been taken out during the evening. All tickets sold for today and tomorrow.
39.
Just wanted to touch more on the white there, but he can play a little cannon into them here. Hold the white at this end. Well played. He's some talent, this boy. He really is. Well, Dominic can knock him in as well. He's one of the Welsh lads, the Welsh potting machine, or one of the Welsh potting machines have come out of the valleys. And nice to see Dominic here in the semi-final. It really is. He's had a lean time of it for some time, actually, a couple of seasons. Nice to see him here competing at the top level again.
47.
Yes, as I said, they are rather rare occurrences. This only the 5th time, although the 2nd time within a few months, as a matter of fact, because he reached the last 4 in the Malta Cup earlier this year. John Higgins eventually beat him 6-3 on that occasion. But that appearance and this one here have helped to elevate Dominic back up the rankings. And I was just looking at the provisional world rankings after yesterday's quarter-finals. And Dominic is up from his official placing of 40, would you believe, to 21, just as a result of getting to the last 4 here. That's a very, very good progress for the Welshman.
Yes, once you're on a bit of a roll, you have to keep it going, because you can go down as fast as you come up. So, the way the point system works. But a good start for opening tournament of the season, you know, semi-final place. Can't get better than that. It's a question of will he be in the final, or will it be this man?
Well, Ron is
59.
Giving notice of his intent here today already in this opening frame. Looking as sharp as he did against Matthew Stevens and Ryan
60.
Day. Took him a while to get into this tournament. His performance against Stuart Petman was a little fitful at one stage. Splitting the reds, is he here? Just a nice gentle one. Oh, the whites run off them. Well, he's not quite done enough. There are 67, 75 on the table, so he's not there yet. He needs another red and colour.
I'll tell you what, that would have been disastrous if the white had gone in.
Ronnie
Well, he's played with the element of safety. 65 from Ronnie. He'll be disappointed that he didn't win the frame at that visit.
Yes, he's put Dominic in a very difficult position, though. Easy to hit a red, but
Well, it's not easy to get safe, is it?
Absolutely.
I don't think he'll touch one of these down here, Mike. He'll try and lay dead weight on the ones down the table, because obviously any contact down here is bound to leave one on. That's a clever shot. He's played that with left-hand side, check side, to get the angle. Did very well there. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, although this red might put. Just watch this, left-hand side on the white, just to slide it to a narrow angle off the side cushion.
1.
I think he was hoping to go off the baulk cushion and just come up behind them and nestle on the first one of them nearer to the cushion, but he didn't quite do that. And, well, as you see, Ronnie in again, and it's already now snookers required.
This first frame is now over. 2 visits.
6.
He really has played some stuff this week, Ronnie.
Yes, those last 2 frames against Matthew Stevens didn't take too long. The first one was just over 6 minutes, and the decider was just over 8 minutes.
Yeah, I think we've had a commercial break longer than that, haven't we? Yeah, if you have to make a cup of tea, make it an express one.
21.
Doesn't hang about, this fella.
Two. 24. 25. 31.
A simple left-handed shot for Ronnie. No.
Not hard enough?
Not quite, I don't think.
Oh, I think
Or can you just see it?
just got there.
39.
Well, I was wondering how Ronnie was going to be with the new cue. This new cue we've mentioned all week is only a couple of months old. Well, I don't think there's a problem, do you?
Can't see one. Well, is he going to provide us with 2 half-centuries? He's already had a 65, remember?
46. 51.
Left-handed? Yeah.
57.
Write a letter to the Monopolies Commission.
64.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
A 65 and a 64 clearance in the same frame from the Rocket. Notice of intent. And Dominic Dale knows full well he's got a real match on his hands here if he is to get to only his second ever ranking event final. Well, we'll take a short commercial break. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan 1, Dominic Dale in this best of 11 frame semi-final. Frame 2 coming up in a moment.
Football's back.
To the waterfront hall here in Belfast. Johan Omen just placing all the balls in their correct position for the start of frame 2 of possible 11 in this first semi-final. Ding Chunhui versus Stephen Lee, this evening's second semi-final.
Second frame. Dominic
Difficult to say how Dominic Dale's playing. The opening frame. Didn't see a lot of him actually. I'm sure you'll pick up as the match goes on.
I think he had 2 shots, didn't he? One after Ronnie's break off, and then the one shot between Ronnie's 2 breaks.
Yeah, you know, you can only sit and admire when that's happening. But Dominic has shown good form this week. But that man there has powered his way through to the semi-final. Well, one mistake and could be a few points put on the board. I mentioned yesterday he's a massive collector of snooker memorabilia, Dominic Dale. Looking on the internet and websites and things for stuff all the time.
1.
Red pot. Well done. Unlucky. Well, he's got the green to the middle actually, but it's a wonderful pot from there. Just look at the cue power. Stroked it in. I think he might take the green onto the middle. Plenty of reds to go out, although the black is tied up slightly.
He's been cueing very well all week, Dominic. He had 1 century in the qualifiers in his match against Dermot McGlinchey, and he's had another 3 here this week, 4 in all then, including that 137, currently the highest of the week.
4.
A welcome return to form for the Welshman, who has been as high as 20, number 20 officially in the world in the past.
5.
1.
11. 12.
Having to concentrate on the pink at the moment. He's got a bit of work to do here to clear the black. 2 reds there will go to the left corner. So I say, a bit of work to be done. I think he's just landed a little straight on this pink, which has limited his shot choice. Trophy in the background. I'm sure that's a nice piece of water crystal there. Possibly.
Dominic Dale, 12.
Yes. Oh, bad miss on the pink. I'm thinking about the trophy there, Mike. I'll have to gen up on that, actually, because I know the Waterford is in Southern Ireland, and I think there's another company that supplied the trophy this year. So if it isn't, then my apologies to them, and I'll bring you more information on that, actually, later. Doing that company a disservice. But anyway, that miss pink by Dominic has allowed Ronnie back in. Oh, this red passes the black. He's going to release the black to one corner pocket. And if the black goes to the left, well, that's perfect. You can remove the red left of the black after this. Oh, he's gone through the other side, so he's looking very sharp again, Mike.
Well, as I say, apart from that match against Stuart Petman, where he went in fits and starts a little, he's looked sharp for through the rest of the week against both Matthew Stevens and Ryan Day. In fact, Stuart Petman had an opportunity, if he just had a little bit more bottle, to beat Ronnie, but 5-4 in the end to Ronnie. It was a good performance by Stuart.
14. 15. 22. 23.
You just get the feeling in this, the present mood that Ronnie's in, Mike. One chance and that's it, frame gone.
31.
And invariably this week it has been the case.
Yes, there's almost a feeling of inevitability, isn't there, the way he's playing. It's been sublime stuff for most of the week from Ronnie.
38.
Highly entertaining, and it's why he draws in such big crowds wherever he appears.
Very high standard.
I've compared him on 1 or 2 occasions in exhibition matches here and there, up and down the country, and wherever I've been with him, the tickets have always sold out almost as soon as they've gone on sale.
Oh, he's a massive draw. There's, people like Stephen Hendry, Steve Davis, Jimmy White. Well, he spent a long time in that chair in the opening frame, and he's doing so again here. He had the chance, Dominic. He missed that dead straight pink to the corner. And it looks like it's going to cost him dear.
$47. 50.
Tremendous cue power there.
54.
So that's his third half century in only 2 frames.
55. $62. 63.
I wonder what the odds are for Ronnie to win all the ranking events this year in this form.
No, I think there'd be fair odds against him doing that, because nobody has ever done it, of course, not even Steve Davis or Stephen Hendry at the height of their careers.
It would be unbelievable.
Well, it would. There are 7 of them. There's not even actually a guarantee that he will end all 7. I said earlier in the week that his commitments to the International Pool Tour mean that there are date clashes, and one wonders, with the huge amounts of money involved in that pool tournament, just where his priorities will lie. We await the answer to that particular pose-up.
Yes, not thinking about that actually. I'll think twice about putting my hand in my pocket then.
No change there then.
Pot and kettle comes to mind.
84.
I think his break has come to an end. How could I possibly have doubted him? He could so easily have doubled that red, but an 84 nonetheless, following the 65 and the 64 in the opening frame. So electrifying stuff from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's just continued here in this semi-final. The power play that we saw from him in the 3rd round against Matthew Stevens, and indeed the quarter-final against Ryan Day. So Dominic Dale really facing a very steep uphill task here as he tries to rein in the rocket. 2 frames gone. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan 2, Dominic Dale 0. Frames again to semi-finals day here in Belfast, the Northern Ireland Trophy, with Ronnie O'Sullivan
Frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
continuing the form that he's shown in his previous 2 matches, coming to the table to get frame 3 of a possible 11 underway here against Dominic Dale. Dominic's done well to get through from the qualifiers. You don't see too many of the qualifiers getting this far in a tournament, so well done to Dominic. But can he raise his game again, as he has done against a former world champion and a reigning world champion this week, Peter Ebdon and Graham Dott?
He's got some angle on this red to get out for a collar. It's some distance away though, doesn't like it. Well, he's also looking at 1 to the right centre. Well, this needs to be cued well from distance. Ooh, very close. Didn't want the double kiss, obviously. Well, Dominic had a good chance in the last frame, didn't take it. Let's see what he can do here.
Well, he won't get too many opportunities against Ronnie, will he? So he's under pressure to make every opportunity pay. Well, there's a positive stroke. And that's okay.
Anybody hurt?
6.
Great shot. Don't think he can stay on the black. He might just manoeuvre the white through the gap for the blue. Oh, he's trying to hold for the black. That was a delicate one. I don't think that was the right shot. There's no way with these fast cloths and responsive cushions. That was, for me, was the wrong shot. He must play through the gap onto the blue. So he's broken down early again.
Yes, he's having a little wry smile, but he'll be a bit cross with himself there.
Well, the cut was too thin, Mike. You know, the white was bound to fly off the cushion like that. It was a half ball, fair enough, but you know, I just thought it had to come through. That's for the blue. Be a bit patient and build. Well, if he's thinking of taking this on, it's massive.
Well, it's the only black, the only colour he can actually see, the black. But he can't possibly take it on.
Well, he's got to try and get it safe, if not, because the red there on the left-hand side near the pocket is, well, he's got to cover that one, so he might go down and play one of the bulk colours. He'll be angry with himself, you know, at that, because that was a great chance. He's got the reds open.
His only chance, I think, is to try and nestle the cue ball up against the left-hand one of these two near the cushion. If you can just leave the white tight on the cushion. Oh, he's going the other side of the black.
The only thing is, if he goes that way, he might leave the red to the right corner.
Dominic Dale.
Has he just? Oh, he's just touched the red. I think he's fouled himself there. He's fouled himself on the red.
Well, he called that himself. Johan Oman, the referee, did not spot it, and Dominic, bless him, was honest enough to own up. So foul stroke 7 points away. And that really is disastrous with all these reds open here for Ronnie.
One.
Yes, Ronnie acknowledged that, tapped the table. Good sportsmanship, that. We are very proud of our players within our game. They are good sportsmen. Can't say that about a lot of sports.
8.
One in particular. But I'm not going to go into that. Involves 2 coloured cards. And in my opinion, they're not used
9.
enough.
$16. 17. 24.
Well, that touch of honesty by Dominic Dale might have cost him this third frame.
$32.
Well, he's guaranteed at least £7,500 this week, even if he should lose this semi-final, and that's just slightly more than a third of his rather modest earnings of $21,000 for all of last season.
Well, I took the opportunity to develop the pink there, knowing it was guaranteed to be on the one to the middle. And you'll play on the black or the blue. You won't want to put the pink on its own spot because that will mask a few of the reds there.
39.
Well, you've got to say, frame over. I know it's early, but you know, Ronnie's in and amongst them again. He's had 3 visits to the table already. 65, 64, 84. And these, and expect another 70 or 80 here. Well, I think that red goes to the green pocket past the blue.
46. 47.
No, it was on the pink. He was hoping to be on the blue there. I think he got a slight kick with through a different angle for the cue ball, but unbelievable. Well, it's just like a negative, isn't it? and a photographic negative. You wouldn't tell the difference. Once he switches hands, the left-handed, but you can't tell the difference.
54.
This is his 4th half century, and we're only in the 3rd frame.
$61.
Well, I hope the spectators got their seats early and there's no latecomers, because they might miss this match.
Already snooker's required by Dominic, and I don't think we're going to see him at the table until the next frame. An honest admission that he'd just touched one of the reds when he was on the black, costing him the frame.
$75.
Yes, he was hoping that white would travel another foot or so, and well, it doesn't really matter. And the frame, yet another one, has gone to the Rocket. A 65, a 64, an 84 and a 75. It's pretty relentless, and there's not a lot that Dominic has been able to do about this. So 3 frames gone. It's been a totally one-sided semi-final so far, and Ronnie is already halfway to a place in tomorrow's best of 17 frame final. Remember, it's the first of 6 in these semi-finals who will be going through, and a lot of pressure now on Dominic Dale as we await the start of the 4th frame of a possible 11. Ronnie O'Sullivan 3 then, Dominic Dale 0. Frame 4 coming in just a in Belfast as we continue our coverage of this week's Northern Ireland Snooker Trophy, the first of 7 ranking events this season.
Thank you. The 4th frame, Dominic Dale to take.
Dominic Dale, the Welshman, really up against it already after 3 frames against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Ronnie's won, remember, all 4 of their previous encounters. But Dominic finding a very good break-off shot there. The perfect break-off shot is the snooker behind either the green, or if you go the other side, of course, behind the yellow. Easy enough to hit the pack of reds, but of course, as you see, several loose ones, and Ronnie doesn't want to leave Dominic an easy starter. Well, that's not bad. He's done quite well there.
It's just not missing.
Now, I've seen Ronnie, as you have, Mike, many times over the years, and we've seen some terrific play, but I'm just trying to remember the last time I saw him provide such fluency over such a prolonged period of a tournament.
Yeah, he's tended to be a little bit in and out. This has been very consistent indeed. You know, he's kicking off where he finished in the last match.
4.
Play the pink instead here. He's looked very comfortable within himself, hasn't he? You know, and on the table, totally in control.
11.
Yes, no funny antics from him at all. And he has been guilty of one or two in the past.
Absolutely, they've been documented. He's been a consummate professional this week, which is nice to see.
$60. 70.
No, can he see that red into the left corner? I'm not sure whether he can. I think perhaps he can just see enough of the potting angle here. Yep, obviously.
25.
Well, just look at the cue power there. Got right through the white. He's still got one to the middle. A bit more work to be done though to stay on the colour here.
Yes, he just looked to see whether the pink would go into the right middle. Obviously it won't.
33.
That was a clever shot, Mike.
Goes into the left. Absolutely. Well, I hate to say it, but it looks like 4-0.
Well, this will take them up to the interval, and Dominic won't enjoy his cup of tea very much, and they've only been playing for about just over 40 minutes, actually, and we're coming up to the end fairly soon, I would think, at this rate, to the end of that fourth frame.
40.
It's been dynamic stuff from Ronnie.
$47. 48. $55.
Yet another half century, the fifth in 4 frames. A chance of a 3-figure contribution, possibly? He's provided us with 4 already this week. Ooh.
Well, he's run out of position there.
63.
The chance for Dominic then. Ronnie's still taking this in the intended. Well, he's thinking about it, taking the intended red. He needed to miss the pink on the way through and be on this red, but he's just playing safety.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 66.
Now 63, and pushing the red safe to the side cushion, so he's keeping the pressure on the Welshman. Another contribution from Ronnie, but again he'll be disappointed that he didn't win the frame there. And Dominic has been completely shut out. Oh, unlucky. Very close.
One.
He's off again.
4-0, I'm afraid. He won't miss from here.
Well, this is framed ball. Well, no, that makes it 68 with... Yes, it is frame ball. 68 with 67 on.
5.
I'm just going to pop back and get the abacus. You're getting as bad as me.
Oh, not that bad, surely.
6.
Can't believe maths was my best subject at school. Well, this really is awesome.
14.
Very clever that.
20.
Moving one of the reds off the cushion and me making this red available into the corner. Oh. How are you going to stop him?
$28. $29. $34.
There's the
35.
the pull bridge. He's been practicing the pull technique then in America, the looped bridge. Never tell Ronnie what's going to do next.
42.
Costable. Well, he's had the best seeds in the house. Oh.
This is unbelievable stuff.
It's a nice feeling
49.
when things are going for you like this and everything's going. And you're in that zone and there's no interference, nothing. You're concentrating well, everything's happening. It's a wonderful feeling.
54.
Would you believe it? Another half century. I can't believe this. We've had 4 frames, Michael, and Ronnie has produced 6 half centuries.
I'm struggling then.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. He takes a 4-0 lead at the interval, and Dominic must be mentally totally blitzed as he goes off for a quick cup of tea, a lie down, a massage, counselling. I mean, what do you do against something like that? Anyway, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to take our breath, take a break, and come back with more. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4, Dominic Dale 0.
Welcome to New York City.
5, and just a reminder, after showing you that match, Ding Junhui versus Ken Doherty, Ding meeting Stephen Lee in the second semi-final this evening. But in the meantime, that man there, Ronnie O'Sullivan, coming out together with Dominic Dale there to resume their first semi-final, best of 11 frames, first to 6, with Ronnie, incredibly, just needing 2 more for a very rapid victory over the Welshman. 4 frames to 0 he leads, and I repeat what I said, remarkable stuff. 6 half centuries in only 4 frames, and taking under an hour for those 4 frames to be completed. So Ronnie now breaking off in frame 5 of a possible 11. Will we need all 11? We shall see. Good break-off shot from Ronnie. Dominic just giving a little tap of the table. He's left it. So close. But that's the fine line between success and failure in this game. Another fraction of an inch, he'd have been off and away. Not only does he miss it, he sets it up for Ronnie. It's a cruel game sometimes.
1.
Oh, he's overhit that a little. Well, he'll still go for the black. I wouldn't bet against him getting it. But he wasn't intending the white to be that close to the pack of reds. Oh well.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
Well, that really was a result of overplaying the cue ball the previous shot, making the black more difficult. Well, that's better from Dominic. He just missed that previous one into the left corner. And now he's nicely on the black. So, I thought he would have split them rather more fully than that, but there's still one on, although difficult to see how he's going to stay on a colour here. Well, it was a little hit and hope-ish, that one.
The black passes the red is okay, but he might not be on a colour here. Might be able to see the potting angle for the pink to the middle. That's unbelievable. He's only on the green as well. Well, that tells me he can't. The black won't go. He can't see the pink enough to pot it into the middle.
He's just looking to see whether he can see enough of the brown. I'm not sure that he can, though.
Brown.
Well, he's nominated brown. He's obviously going to go for this. Well, obviously this has got to go in, especially with the reds the way they are, or where they are, I should say.
Dominic Dale, 9.
He was unlucky there because he played a good shot to split them. Unlucky not to finish on an easier colour.
One. Three. Four. Eight.
He's been a spectator for most of this match.
9.
He might now be a spectator for much of this frame as well.
$60. 17. 24. 25. 32. 33. 38.
'Yes, Ronnie just making sure he doesn't touch either of those two reds with any of his clothing.
39. 43. 44.
Another 50 coming up then?
Certainly should be.
$51.
7 breaks over 50 in 5 frames. That is some standard.
It certainly is. It's just relentless, and you have to feel sorry for Dominic, really, who's had a good week to get here.
Till now.
59.
And I'll try and nudge these reds off the cushion here. Played.
65.
Could we be seeing a century?
66.
Well, he hasn't provided us with one. I mean, he's slipping, Michael. He's
Well, I was just thinking, actually, all these breaks he's making, Skull Report could do better. Room for improvement.
Well, this will be a good shot.
It's all the way.
Unbelievable.
He's just playing for fun now.
That was some shot. Well, the century is on now, of course. The frame won, and he's within 1 frame of a place in the final. Let's see whether he can provide us with his 4th century of the week, and what would be the 440th of his professional career.
$88. 93.
Well, if Dominic should lose this 6-0, I know Dominic's got a great sense of humour. He'll take it on the chin. He'll probably say something like, "I was lucky to get nil." That's amazing. A 106 clearance from Ronnie O'Sullivan, century number 440 of his career. The sequence of big breaks goes on in this match, and he's put himself within 1 frame of a place in tomorrow's best of 17 frame final. He now leads Dominic Dale by 5 frames to 0. To this one-sided match here between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Dominic Dale, and Dominic has been little more than an interested spectator in this match. Ronnie has totally dominated right from the very first frame, in which he got a 65 and a 64. He's had runs since then of 84, 75, 63, 67 and 106. Extraordinary stuff from the Rocket. He really has been in irresistible form. Well, Dominic coming to the table here, and well, mathematically, it has to be said, he needs to win the next 6 frames for a place in the final. But that is one tall order.
Wow.
And that is not the best of break-off shots I've seen this week. I think that just about puts the tin hat on it for Dominic, really. He's off again.
Well, at present, with that foul and that red just gone in, Mike, in these 5 frames, the score line on points is 537 to 28.
Well, it must be one of the most one-sided accumulations of points I've seen, or you've told me of, Mike, in a long, long time.
8.
Well, sorry for that, Dominic. It is a stat, I'm afraid. He's got a red to the corner here as well. he were to finish the match here with an 80 or a ton, I think that would go down in record as the heaviest defeat ever. I'm sure it's very well. It's got to be there, or very close. Oh, he's missed the black.
9.
You're not telling me there's been an unforced error from Ronnie O'Sullivan? I think that's only the second in the entire match, and the first one was that very difficult red down into the yellow pocket earlier on in the match.
One.
I was unlucky there. He got a heavy contact, kicked him through a wider angle, and then cannoned into the red. He was hoping to be on the black. Now then, Dominic, a bit of discipline here. Play a good safety. Well, it looks like he's going for the yellow. No, well he is, but he's playing safety.
1.
It's not good because he's left this red on for Ronnie to the left. Julie obliges by knocking it in. It's on the black.
Eight. 9. 16. 17. 24. 25. 32. 33. 39. 40.
Well, I think this might be the beginning of the end here for the Welshman. This really has been relentless from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
47. 48.
Well, this red then,
50.
frame and match ball.
50. 62. 63.
Well, I'd have to look up the records, Mike, to find the last time when a match was won by a player getting at least a half century in every single frame,
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 63.
if indeed
Frame and match.
it has ever happened. And the handshake comes, and that is one of the most rapid victories that Ronnie O'Sullivan has had for a long, long time, and he's had some in his career. He's whitewashed Dominic Dale here in Belfast, 6 frames to 0, in one of the most spectacular performances that I can recall, even from the great Ronnie O'Sullivan. Runs of 65, 64, 84, 75, 63, 67, 106 and 63. Did you ever, hey? Ronnie O'Sullivan 6, Dominic Dale 0. Ronnie O'Sullivan is in the final.